I'm here with Nee, still at the House of St. Francis Clinic and Rehab Center, and he is here for treatment for addiction to hard drugs. Nee, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
How are you feeling right now, though?
A little tense.
Really? Relax. This is going to be a very open conversation. Okay. So I'm also going to start with how long it's been since you were addicted to hard drugs.
Wow. 18 years, I guess.
18 years. How old are you now?
28.
So what was the first drug you took?
Cigarettes.
You started with cigarettes.
Alcohol.
Who introduced you?
Me.
You introduced yourself. How?
My dad used to smoke. His brothers used to smoke. So I figured it was a normal thing. So.
What age did you start? If you are 18 now, that means you started when you were 10?
10, 11.
First time you had a cigarette?
Yes.
So at what point did you proceed on to something else?
Maybe like 6, 7 years later, I got weed. And then around 21, 22, I found coke and ecstasy and roofies.
You mentioned that there was alcohol as well. So when you started smoking, was that when you started consuming alcohol too?
Yeah.
And now did it become an open thing for you, or you hid it all the time?
I had to hide it because I figured it won't be safe. Younger than 18, drinking, smoking, it won't be right.
So where were you drinking and smoking? In your room?
In the house, drinking, smoking, anywhere outside.
And your parents didn't notice, they didn't trace anything?
No.
So now you said you started by getting weed as well. By what age? 21?
No. I got weed at like 16, 17.
How did you get that? Were you introduced by a friend or did you go looking for it?
No. I was introduced by a friend who knew I smoked cigarettes. He thought, you smoke cigarettes, so you might as well try weed. And I said, okay.
And you did. And you got addicted. Was it an immediate addiction?
No.
Okay, it took a while.
It took a while.
So whenever you smoked weed, how were you feeling?
Pretty good.
Was there a reason why you were relying on weed, at that point?
Yeah.
Just the fact that your friend introduced you?
No. Now I've come to understand that I was finding it a little hard to, come to terms with my life at that point. So I was running away with the drugs.
What were the problems in life that made you feel like that?
I kept getting opportunities in life that I felt like my parents were taking away from me at some point in some ways, but I've come to see that they were just trying to keep me from finding drugs too early in life.
Exactly. When you say opportunities, were you interested in music or you would have wanted to be a musician?
I was at a point. I had my own studio when I was like 18. Yeah.
So was it influence from other people coming into the studio that made you very much addicted to it?
They contributed, but I don't think they're the reason.
So you also tried cocaine for how long?
Like 5, 6 years now.
It's illegal. How were you getting a hold of it?
They sell coke in a lot of places in Ghana.
They do? Yes. So anybody at all can go and buy?
No, you have to be introduced by somebody or you have to be a certain kind of person
to be able to buy it. So you got introduced and then you started using it?
More or less.
And what did it do to you or your system whenever you inhaled it or smoked it?
It's like an extreme energy drink.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it makes you very hyper?
Yes.
So who found out about all this and brought you here? Did you find this place yourself?
I didn't find this place myself, but I started looking for this place because it got to a point where I couldn't do anything without some type of drug. I couldn't wake up, literally couldn't wake up without some type of pick-me-up, some type of drug to stimulate myself, yeah.
Did you go to the university?
Yeah.
So you do have a degree. And did you ever try finding a job or you were more interested in just doing music?
I went to the university. I was studying math. My final year, I preferred drugs, so I quit that.
You quit university for drugs?
Pretty much. And I was selling the drugs. I was getting money off sound bites and jingles I was making for certain people. So I was getting money off organizing parties, stuff like that.
Who were you selling these drugs to? Young people as well?
Yeah, everybody. Okay. Ministers, students, whoever wants to buy.
How were you selling it?
A gram goes for about 200 CDs, $50.
So let's just say something like this.
Yeah, it's pretty much a
Someone will
gram.
buy something like this for 200 cedis.
Yes. I can sell like 3 or 4 a day.
And you were keeping all this in your studio.
No, I was keeping it wherever possible. But I try to keep it away from the studio unless I'm going to be using it in the studio. I keep it away from my parents' house. I mean, I keep it away from places that it could get me in trouble for.
So you've been off drugs for 8 months now.
For 4 months. I relapsed 4 months ago.
Wow. Was it because you were done and you went back and then you relapsed, or you were here and you had a way to get it?
I was here. I had some, I don't know, weird situations going down. I didn't work it out the proper way and I ended up getting some drugs.
So now you've been doing this for 4 months, off drugs completely. How do you feel?
Great.
What are you going to say to all the young people out there? Because unfortunately, a lot of young people are involved in drugs, whether they are sniffing, smoking, or selling. You've been through it and you're getting yourself out of it. And I believe in you so much. I know that you would. And when you go back into town or, you know, into the normal life, you'll be able to stay away from it. But what's your advice to all the other people who are probably even thinking of doing it? Probably someone is watching us now, just about to try his first drug. What do you want to say?
I want to say it's good to try new things. It's good to explore. But not every new thing is good. And not everything you think is good is actually good. The drugs, I used to think the drugs made me better, but they just helped me hide, helped me break myself, helped me, I don't know, stop learning. No, they stop letting me learn, if I could say that. And you will want to learn. You want to learn in your life. That's pretty much what life is about, learning, growing, developing, and the drugs stop you from doing that. So don't do drugs.